Welcome to CR Conversations, hosted by Ryan and Christina Palma of CR Photos.
We're professional photographers who survived the unpredictable and grueling path that took us from rudimentary dreamers to fully self-employed business owners. From sleepless nights of editing to daring leaps of faith when quitting 9-to-5 jobs, we kept pushing for the dream to become reality, and we did it together every step of the way.
Amazingly enough, our marriage also survived that journey.
In our 15 plus years in the industry, we've acquired a wealth of information that goes far beyond camera settings and marketing do's and don'ts.
We've also piled up countless stories, affectionately called Uncle Bob stories.
We'll be leaking those one episode at a time.
Don't worry, names and places have been changed to protect the guilty.
So welcome to CR Conversations. We hope you're ready to take a deep dive into life behind the lens and so much more. Welcome back to CR Conversations. We are coming at you with a short and brief, but kind of a life update episode just to kind of show you the real behind the lens during the busiest time of our careers.
So let's go. No notes, short and sweet, just like you. Here we go.
All right. So how has, from your perspective, let's hear your whole perspective first, then I'll kind of tune in with mine. So far, and just to put a time stamp on this, we are in this second week of July. How has our wedding season gone in your eyes?
Well, we both know because we have talked about this. It hasn't been the worst, but it's been an interesting season. It has been a little bit tougher. It's been a tougher season. How far do you want me to go?
Well, I think everyone probably wants to know why. So I would agree. I mean, it's been a tough season. I can think of probably 2 or 3 different reasons right off the top of my head, but
here, let me start with, all right, in 16 years of shooting, we have dealt with rain. Okay.
Of course.
Rain, it's just a part of life. And so we have had rainy wedding days. However, we have always had windows of opportunity to go outside, get some photos in between the showers. Ceremonies have either been inside or there's been a break in the rain, and we've been able to go through ceremonies in 16 years without being rained on at all.
During the ceremony. Yeah.
During the ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
And so
that streak broke in a hard way this year.
Yeah, it broke. And so the first one, the couple had to make a decision. The venue had a primary ceremony spot, and then they didn't really have a backup. The backup was like, we make do in the tent area.
But it wasn't definitely ideal, and it would have meant probably pushing the ceremony back a little bit to get ready for an inside ceremony, then cocktail hour being longer, or the other option was, let's do cocktail hour first, wait out the rain, then get married. So, and in that moment, it was kind of funny because the couple looked at me. I was like, do not look at me. Yeah. I am not making this choice. So, this is all you.
2025, we have our phones. We're weathermen. In our phones, and so everybody's looking at the radar, all that stuff, and they had to make a gut call, and they chose to have the wedding outside, which was a wonderful choice because it was outside and it started to rain. Now, this rain was just kind of a light drizzle, but they went through with it.
And I will say the venue was awesome in that they had 130 umbrellas on hand.
Those clear ones.
It was kind of like, we can do the outside thing and we have umbrellas for everybody, but obviously they left the call to the bride and groom. They went forward with the outdoor wedding. It was still very beautiful. Yes, it rained, but it wasn't like it wasn't downpoured.
So yeah, the bride embraced it. The bridal party embraced it.
Beautiful photos.
Yep. They didn't have a single umbrella in the front row. The people in the audience did. Meant, there was a few wet dresses, people sitting on, semi-wet seats and stuff, but everybody made do. The show went on, and there goes our streak of, ceremonies in the rain. So finally, after 16 years, it was broken.
So in a nutshell, weather has been a huge barrier this year, which, to be frank, really hinders. I don't know if hinder is the right word, but it dampens.
No pun intended.
Our shooting. We shoot our best. Any photographer shoots their best photos in a beautiful sunset on a wedding day. That's what all the wedding dreams are made of.
Okay, right? So here are the comments. When there's rain, people always, they want to tell the bride, oh, it means good luck. It's an Irish good luck. Then it's cloudy. Everybody says, oh, it's easy to shoot on a cloudy day. These things are true, but those epic photos are sunset photos and sun, kind of a strong directional light provide something that you cannot get as well on a cloudy day. But you're not finishing the rain.
No, I know. Yeah,
ceremonies.
I know. We will. But I was just saying, just to kind of
Okay.
weather, and we'll continue with a few more stories, has played a big role in the mental, at least for myself,
Yes.
like the mental feeling of our wedding season, because it's July and I feel like, oh, our good season hasn't started yet. Well, we're halfway through it because you're thinking of those beautiful sunsets you've got in these galleries that you're so excited for. And not that the other ones you're not excited for, but they're just missing that element. And when we work really hard to plan, and if you're a client of ours, you know this, to plan your wedding day and your timeline so we can get outside for those beautiful photos.
Your sunset photos, or as some of our DJs call it, your night photos.
The first, 2 months of shooting, guys, not a single sunset. We could not go outside a single time, in the first 2 months of our wedding season, which to us, we're like, what's going on?
Yeah,
so
it's not the culmination, but it's the end of the fireworks show. It's the
crescendo?
Finale.
The finale of the day. Yeah,
Yes.
That's a great word. So mentally, that started to really mess with me. I was like, are we good shooters? Like, do we know what we're doing? Like, you feel like a part of something is missing. So to add to our woes, tell about another wedding day.
There's something
rain.
along Sunset Lines, story for that,
Okay.
and for the rain. So we'll finish up the rain one.
Okay, go ahead.
So the rain, the next one. All right. So we had just broken the streak and we were telling everybody about it. We're like, this is never, all these years. I mean, 16 years, that's a long streak.
pretty good.
I mean,
Yep.
that's, yeah. And so not even 2 weeks later?
Yep.
The most beautiful blue skies, some clouds. It was like one of those perfect sunny days.
It was like too sunny where we're shooting. We're like, oh my gosh, where's there some shade? Because it was like so sunny.
Yeah. So once again, there was rain in the forecast and it seemed like it was beautiful sun in the morning and beginning of the afternoon. And then all of a sudden we were on a lake and you could see at the end of the lake, you could see this gray sky.
It was like a hormonal teenager getting ready to throw an attitude over this wedding. You're like, oh no, it's coming.
It was ominous. And so once again, we're seeing it. Everybody's checking their phones and we're like, all right, we got to have this ceremony. We got to have it now. And it's going to be quick and it's going to be over with before the storm rolls in. So first of all, it was a very short aisle and the processional, as you know, sometimes girls and guys, whoever, but the girls are usually the ones coming down. Sometimes they come super fast, sometimes very slow. The fast is the part that's the problem, but then they're going fast. Plus it's a very short line and we're all for this, to get the ceremony in and out, done and over with.
And let me interject right here. We are literally, the ceremony site is like, you can very visibly see this huge cloud coming over the lake and you see it like dumping rain.
We're 15 minutes from the bank of the lake, the shoreline.
So everyone's like literally speed walking like, oh, here comes the cloud, hurry.
Yeah, it's like you couldn't have a more clear picture of it coming. And so, yes, we get going. I mean, got everybody to the front of the aisle, bride and groom right at the front. He gets started.
And literally, the pictures are funny because I have already delivered this gallery. The pictures, like you can start to see a few raindrops on like the last girl coming up. And then you literally just see this grayness in all the photos and there's raindrops. Soon as they get up there, and it was like aggressive. Like the umbrella the best man was holding flips the other way.
Yep.
It is not just a sprinkle. It is I am here and I'm angry. Get out of my way.
So
rain.
This was a downpour. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, well, this is awesome. This is going to be epic. Our cameras, they are made to
water
withstand
resistant.
Rain and stuff like that. There are some issues you could have, but we were ready for it. And we're like, well, this is going to produce some awesome, epic photos. Mm-hmm. Well, it was too much. They would have looked like they had just jumped in the pool.
So the bride just looks kind of towards everyone and there was a little overhang off of the venue and she just like laughs and darts under the overhang and everyone in like a movie. It was like a movie unfolding. Just the bride and groom went under their bridal party squeezed in around them and everyone crammed as fast as they could under this awning.
It was not a huge party. It was a smaller gathering.
Yeah, probably maybe 120.
So they're all in chairs and stuff. And now it's like being reduced into this tiny little area. I don't know if you've ever been in a theater and then they have a small lobby, everybody piling out of the theater, and then everybody's, compacted into this tight little lobby. Well, that's exactly what happened. Everybody just crammed under this awning.
Yeah.
And this is where I'll say, and I think we referenced it, we are well equipped for almost any setting there is. And that kind of is one of those things that separates a good photographer from a bad wedding photographer.
Or a videographer. Yeah.
Being prepared for anything that could happen. And so
thankfully, Ryan was quite literally like maybe 2 feet from the bride and groom, like crouched down, everyone surrounded by him. I was standing up on a chair in the back. I quickly, like as soon as I saw what was happening, I grabbed a chair. I was like, I'm too short. I need to be above everyone. So I parked myself above. I had like my 50 mil, and Ryan's got the wide angle on his camera bag. He's got a 58. He's got a 35. He's got all these different lenses right on him. So we were prepared in that situation. And the photos, guys, yes, it was pouring. People were wet, but you could not have a more storytelling ceremony like that we've ever shot. Like it just was like, wow, you can see this whole story unfold. You see everyone running in, you see the rain, you see the cloud, and it's like no words needed because
we're somewhere in the 99 percentile of like all weddings have been in no rain. And then, so they're at like 99.8% of weddings we've shot have been sunny or rain free. And here's, your 0.1, 0.2% that are in the rain. So they have a very unique wedding day story they'll tell for the rest of their lives, and photos that are different than everything. And
the bride and groom, this is a message to people who can't, you can't control stuff like that on your wedding day. And they embraced it. They laughed. Yep. They got a little wet. We've seen them since and like, oh, we wouldn't change anything, including the rain. It was like the best part. And true to form, sun finally came out that night. We got some sunset photos.
It broke for like 5 minutes.
Just a couple minutes.
It wasn't enough to, do what we needed.
To fill our cup,
So let's now tell the wonderful day when we finally got a sunset.
Oh yeah. Well, just to kind of finish up with the rain and just how that affects, us and shooting. And just like Ryan said, like feeling like we're not doing a great job. I want to essentially give a plug for us or, any other photographer who's ready for that and able to deliver a beautiful gallery, even when everything goes wrong. Like that's where your experience really comes into play, because you have to be able to deliver something. You have to think on your feet. You have to be creative. If you're only in a tight spot like that day, there was nowhere to shoot. When we're taking photos, it's way too bright. There's people everywhere. It's very bad layout for photos, in all honesty.
And then time management.
Yeah. And so you have to be able to work on the fly. And that's where, if you haven't been doing this a really long time or aren't confident or don't have a good partner to work with, your delivery of that day.
She said, I'm a good partner.
Yes, he is a good partner, guys. The gallery is going to suffer, and you can't use everything that went wrong as an excuse. Like if you are being I can,
but the good
in
ones
a certain way.
The good ones are going to stand out.
Yeah. Obviously there's times when you're like, oh, we got poured on or whatever, or somebody didn't show up. There's certain things that are reasons. I would say a reason is different than an excuse. But you can't be like, oh, well, the rain was bad and it was a bad place to shoot, so we didn't get as many photos. Like, nope, you have to push through and be the professional that you're selling yourself as on a day where everything goes wrong. And, you still have to deliver a beautiful gallery for a couple who have hired you to do that. So on to... Ta-da!
All right, so
finally,
let's tell this story together, because I got to tell the last two.
Okay.
Finally, the sunset.
Oh, guys.
The magical sunset. Before you say it, I wanted to just say, in this moment, all those feelings of, we were lacking something. It was like redemption, all in a moment, I
cannot describe the feeling I had after we took our first, what we would consider like a great CR photos, sunset on a wedding day session. I was like, we're good.
It was emotional. It was emotional.
It was like,
it literally was.
Man. So we're at a venue downtown. It was a
downtown
city,
Syracuse.
So sunset, you always have to be watching because obviously you're around buildings and the way the sun comes in at different times. So sunset, maybe, 7:30, but really in the city, you got to be out by a higher time. Anyhow, I had gone out and I was like, oh my gosh, we like missed it. It's behind the buildings, but I still want to go out. Like, the timing, they were doing first dances, all that stuff. So we couldn't go out when should have been sunset time. And I came and I told Ryan, I was like, we missed it, but I still want to go out and take a few. And he's like, are you sure? And I was like, I just went outside. It's literally behind the huge building next to us.
I'm looking out the windows I'm looking east. And so I'm seeing where the sun's landing on the buildings. And I'm like, there's got to be somewhere. There's got to be somewhere where we're going to sneak a ray of sun. We're literally
we just
dying.
Want a simple ray of sunshine, please.
I was like, there's got to be something.
So we're eating dinner and he disappears.
Yeah.
It was dinner, right? He disappears. And he comes back in and he's got his he's so happy. He's like, it's there.
I found it.
Let's go talk to him. Let's see if they want to pull out. So the couple had also known our woes of we really want to get them a good sunset. So they had finished their food. Like, hey, we'll stop eating. Like, do you want to go out? And she's like, yes, let's go do it. And we follow, our dear leader, Ryan's lead all the way out to the far corner of the parking garage.
So we went out to this abandoned parking garage.
Which, thank the Lord, we
and all
didn't die.
Paraphernalia of,
rough
nightlife everywhere. But we trudged past all that to the crumbling parking garage that is abandoned and
disgusting.
Well, and they had, do not cross.
Uh-huh. You break it for rules to get a beautiful sunset on a wedding day.
So we run out there and there it is, just the glorious sunset.
It couldn't have been more perfect. It wasn't like some sunsets are, especially if you had to go out there a little early, they're a little bit too bright still. I mean, this was
orangey,
a sunset dream for us photographers who live for these moments.
Or maybe because our lack of it just seems so much better. But we were happy. The videographer was happy.
Oh,
the couple was happy. And we just shooting like crazy.
Yeah. So, it only takes 5-10 minutes. We got so many photos. We always say to the couple, we want to give them a time to walk alone on their wedding day. So we're like, all right, you guys walk ahead of us, go in, we'll come in behind you. As soon as they got inside, we were like,
it happened.
We're so happy. We're like, oh, okay. Everything is right in the world. And it's just crazy how little things, well, it's not little things. Things like weather really can affect and get in your head and make you doubt your abilities. And then you just need that little bit yep. You just need that. I'm going to give you a little sunshine today and boost your courage and all that stuff. So even for people like us who've been doing this for a very long time, we get in our heads. We feel like we're not doing good enough. We see other people's things online. We're like, oh, they got a good sunset today and we didn't. We're stuck in, Rainyville, New York. So just a bit of encouragement. We all struggle. We all have hard days. I quite literally did a family session the other day, and this was like a generational family session. Only had this day to do it. People were in from out of town. We started shooting, and much like that wedding day, torrential downpour 2 minutes in. Thunder, lightning, aggressive. I FaceTime Ryan real quick and I was like, this is what's happening right now.
Yeah, you were soaked.
It was bad and we just had to wait it out. And we definitely did the fastest family session I probably have ever done in my life. And it was a big group of people and it was between thunder and lightning. And you gotta go with whatever, the Lord throws you on that day, I guess.
Yeah. So I would say, we don't need to talk about anything else, but you could just sum it all up. The weather has been a great representation of the season this year.
Yeah.
And it started off very rainy.
Yeah. And sunny days ahead.
Wet, and yep.
Hopefully. But we are, as you are aware, if you are longtime listeners, and by long time, I mean a whole year and a half.
We are on vacation mode.
We are in vacation mode right now. We do take the month of July off. So we are going to be doing that, vacationing. And by that, we just kind of stay local and swim in our own pool. Super luxurious. But
it is wonderful, though.
Yeah, we will be taking a podcast break as well. We will be resuming regular episodes come September. So definitely tune in for that. We're going to work on a few things. We're not going to tell you what they are, but little surprises while we're off.
Yeah, self-improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Self-improvement for the podcast.
We have been self-improving our bodies too. Remember how we said this is what you should be doing to prepare for wedding season as a photographer? And then we weren't following our own advice.
We've been in the gym.
We've been starting to go to the gym. So
actually,
guess what?
I'm going to throw her under the bus. She's still wearing her gym clothes.
I am. There was no time to change today. So
gym scrunchy too.
Gym scrunchy and all.
Hey, I think you still look good. You could look good in a potato sack.
Oh, thanks, babe. You're so sweet.
You'll look athletic.
looks can be deceiving. Anybody who knows me knows that's not the case, but we just wanted to pop in here and kind of give you a little bit of a real life, like, hey, this is how things are going. But we are very excited because we know there are going to be sunny days ahead and we're going to capture all the beautiful sunsets. And we can't wait to do all of your sessions coming up.
Yep. We miss you guys and hope you are having a wonderful summer. We're glad we get to reconnect right now with you, and happy vacationing summer to all of you. And we'll see you again in September, correct?
Sounds good. Until then, guys.
Cheers.
We hope today's episode was insightful. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, please subscribe and leave us a 5-star review, as this helps others find us. If you have any questions or comments on topics you'd like to hear us unpack, please send those to podcast@crphotos.org. Lastly, don't forget to follow us on Instagram. We can be found at C_R_conversations, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a post.